Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Sorella from CZT Theresa Fessler. Oh my goodness, did we have so much fun with this tangle on our Tangle Time session. Oh, it is a lovely tangle. All right. And it is definitely an easier than it looks tangle. So just to forewarn you, if you were looking at the picture going, oh, worry not. Okay, this one starts. I'm going to follow the step out. Theresa has wonderful variations and extra ideas on her step out. You can find that in the description section where it says for more inspiration from the creator of this tangle, and then click that link and that'll take you there. All right. So she has us start with a double or a nested orb. That's what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to make this rather small because I want to make sure to be able to fit everything in here. Okay. And this, I mean, again, take a look. You can make this as, as big or as small as you want. Doesn't have to be double, as if you look. It doesn't, it looks like in the variations that she has, sorry, I moved away from the mic. The variations are, it's just a single. So there we have it. Oh, I'm so tempted to do what no, I'm not going to do it. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to. All right. So following the step out, S shapes. So I'm going to start going south like so, but this is just the way I work. However you end up doing it is fine. Like some people might want to come from the top or something. I need to have the security of starting on the place where I want at least that connected. All right, so I kind of do north south, and then I'm going to turn it, do the same thing again. I was joking on our PM session. I said, no, I turn it and then I'm going south. Oh, and I turn it again and I'm going south. Versus saying north, south, east, west. All right. And then I'm going to do in between them. And this is so nice because it doesn't matter how your S shapes go. As you can see, mine are a variety of shapes. I started off so nice. All right. All right, there we go. And if I didn't mention, because I don't remember, I was thinking it, and I think I was thinking it loud enough. Maybe it came out of my mouth already. I don't know. But the number of spokes is not going to matter. And again, taking a look, and then, evenness of them, it doesn't matter. This is a surprisingly forgiving tangle. All right, so with these spokes, from the tip of one, and I'm going to go counterclockwise, and just a C-shaped curve line, and I'm going to aim for kind of, if I'm looking at this as a distance, right, I'm going to aim for the middle, like that. And then if I can turn with one hand and do with the other, this paper that I have here is has some tooth to it, so it wants to grab. If I try to turn it, yeah, there we go. Maybe a pinky, and there we are. Yeah. And like I said, middle-ish. It's fine. We have to remember Zentangle is not about being exact and having things perfect. It's about just doing and seeing what the outcome has. So it's like, just do your best. You follow the step outs best you can. See what happens. Who knows? Maybe you create your own new tangle. I've done that. It's like, okay, it's different enough. I guess I'll call it my own and and remember what I did and then create the step outs. I've only done it, I've only named claim to a couple, but all right. So we have this. And another neat thing about this tangle is you can kind of stop at any point. right? Could have, even with the S shapes coming out, could have stopped there. It looks neat. Could stop here and it looks neat, but we're not gonna. So now from here, and this, it's like I was going counterclockwise. Now we're going to go clockwise again from the tip. And just a curve line. Again, aiming middle-ish. There we go. And of course, you get to have fun with, say dimensions, lengths, all of that. Okay, there we go. So you could stop here if you want to. And Theresa shows, where you could fill in, and well, no, maybe I won't, because I did that on some other ones. I don't know. You could fill in this little crevice, for a little darkness, play shade from this point, or you can go on. And we shall go on. We'll do one more layer. Now, the trick to adding to this is find your original spoke, your S shape. And what we're going to do is, so see how this one is curving to the right? Well, I'm going to make a C shape adding onto this, curving it to the left. Or you could think of it as, well, we're just continuing. You could do that and add a takeoff, and you do takeoff and land and kind of trace over that a little bit and just continue it on. So we're going to do those C shapes. And this, you're kind of bringing it straight out as if it was a continuous S shape. And if you want to add another layer after this, it's the same idea. You're going to flip the first C shape the opposite direction, but it's this same idea, just repeated. All right, now, and then this, let's see. Well, this one, it doesn't matter which direction that you're going, but we're going to go clockwise. And it's kind of, well, I'm just trying to think. It kind of goes with the curve. So, the curve is going clockwise. So we're going to do this next C-shaped curve line. Same thing, but we're going to land it right here. So from this tip to the base of the, well, I'm going to say it's the one behind, to that C shape. Like that. And then all the way around with this. It's just such a nice one. I find that I don't have to go back and look at the step outs like I normally would with something that looks this complicated. So bravo to Theresa on that. And just the whole notion and creating something so intricate looking, but it's not so hard to do. Now, again, you could stop here, but just like we did on that other step, we're going to come back and go the other direction. And from this tip still, C-shaped curve line. Now, in Theresa's step outs, and I did do this in mine as well, she put some little dots here. So as if when we're doing this C shape, as if we want to hollow it, draw it so that way it looks like it's connected to this. Let me just do it. But I have found, again, middle-ish, and you don't really have to worry about it because it's such a distance. But again, that's what I'm finding is middle-ish. Because like here, look at, I'm not necessarily paying attention to this, although you can kind of eyeball it at the same time. And because mine are rather inconsistent sizes, it just makes it a lot more interesting. Now, there are several like this out there that have this look, and a lot of them are Theresa's. And I know my friend Allie, Alyssa Herget, CZT, did one called Up, I think it's Up and Tuck. And it is with this thing that looks like it's flipped over, you know, well, and her name Up, and it's tucked over. Just really, really neat. But in case you're like, oh, I think we've done this, it looks like Phi Cops a little bit, but yet different. Okay. Now I am going to put this because in the mandala string category on the YouTube channel, because I could see, like, if you did this, and maybe, I mean, obviously if it's on a bigger, you know, a round tile, a Zendala, and if you did this bigger, then you could fill all of those sections in however you choose, and have it be a neat mandala base. That's what I call it, a base. Really cool. I think I am going to do, just because I did kind of like it, let's put a little C shape in these crevices. Because it kind of adds to the depth of that. I mean, there's so much you can do with this, and emphasizing different parts. And I will show you my the results from my Tangle Time session. If you want to see the others, make sure to subscribe first off to the channel, to the YouTube channel, and then also if you go into the description section, look below the links to the step outs, and you will find my link tree. I'm going to do it on the second one too because it's nice. And there you can, it has links to everything. I will explain more. But if you go to my website, subscribe to my blog, so when I post the recaps for these classes, when I do them, then I always post the class replay, the video here, and then I put out a notice on my blog, essentially, that shares the screenshots and pictures from the from those that participated, so you can kind of see it up close and personal and finished, because some of us don't necessarily finish during the 1 hour sessions. See, does that just looks so neat, having that, just this little bit of filled in. Plus it adds some a little bit of contrast to the tangle. And I'm going to fill in this center bit, that center orb, and expand it just a little bit. Careful. Yeah. All right. Now for some other shading. And I'm contemplating. All right. Well, first off, we have the idea, and I always talk about, is where something is tucked under something else. So, for instance, I'm just going to start with this inner one. Oh, gosh, I could probably, you know what? Let me do a different. Let me see what's left on the Tortillion here. Yeah, quite a bit. So I'm going really on, I'm calling it the outside of the S shape. That was pretty. With the graphite. Yeah, using what's left, because what's left on the Tortillion, because this is teeny. And I don't want to have the graphite remorse. But I mean, look at how that's taking shape already. So like no shading. And I'm actually going rather light on the shading. I was thinking about bringing the shading in this part out a little more, but I've changed my mind. I might do something like that up here, because this, to me, I mean, it does look like it is something that is folded over, right? Although, let's see. Well, let's do this, because, you know, if I'm picturing that this is something folded over, then right in here is where it's going to be, you know, going to have some kind of shadow or darkness or something. And I'm just doing that little bit. You could fill in the whole thing with graphite if you wanted to. It's up to you, of course. And yeah, and it just adds so much. And I have one more idea. Oh, I went all the way around. Okay. Yeah, because this is above this, or I should say the outside is kind of tucked under this. I am going to, we're just going to put some graphite all the way around there. And I'm doing this in pieces like this because I want to have it where the pencil and the tortillon are on the line I don't want to go over. And then also to, minimize the number of times I'm flipping the tile around. I don't like to make y'all dizzy. And there too, it's kind of at half and half point. And it's neat to stop at a point like that, so you can just look at it and marvel at it a little bit, and then go on. That's what I like to do anyway, because the shading is just the magic, and I am forever enamored by it. All right. Whoops. And it came with my fingers. And there we go. And like I said, it's such a neat tangle. Really, really cool. And of course, there's, up to your imagination how you might want to shade it. I'm sure there are different ways. In fact, let me show you what I did. So this one, oops, let me back that up. I decided to do 3 layers, and I was working with the Pentel Milky Pop and Conte Paris chalk pencils, and I did a little Prismacolor in the center. Oh, and then also the white is compliments of Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, and putting it in this fine liner container. I don't know if you can see that, it has a little tip. These are available on the Enabler Alert, the Amazon Enabler Alert store, which is on my link tree. You'll find that you just have to scroll down a little bit. And I do get a little commission, just to let you know, any purchases that you make from, clicking on that or any of the other links, I get a little plug, a little benefit from promoting it. The Bleed Proof White is neat because bleed proof, it doesn't absorb the color. It's a little different to work with, but once you get it, it's just really, really nice. So and that, I think that one was under markers and pens. I need to make another list for bling. I think that's what I'll call it. To add bling, so that way I have stuff like that on there. Maybe, I don't know. You have to have so many items to make a list, so we'll see. But it is on, yeah, it's either markers and pens, or it's pens and pencils, excuse me, or markers. It's on one of those two lists. All right, so yeah, so that was a lot of fun. This one I did an aura around, yeah, towards the top of this, just to give that some interesting depth. And I didn't really do anything else with it except for just to have it there, but it's neat. All right, and then in our PM session, I did this, and I decided to, let me just pull this out. I emphasized some different parts. And then because of how I decorated it, it kind of combined some of the sections. And it is such an interesting tangle for that reason, that it can look like so many different things. And if you're wondering, so like here where this C shape that comes here that makes that little loop, it is actually right here. And what I decided to do is I was like, oh, I'm going to take this and make this look continuous here, because I was really seeing this continuous shape. But when I was doing the lines, I'm like, oh, look, it totally hid that line, and it makes it look like something else. So, like I said, really, really neat. Such a cool tangle. So cool. All right, well, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I've mentioned the description section, so do check out the step out links and my link tree if you would like to have this kind of fun. This is Tangle Time. It's free. I do these every Thursday, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. my time here in Michigan. There are 2 links on the link tree where you can follow me for when I post classes. That makes it a little easier so you can see it in your time zone and then register for it, or say you're going and get reminders and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, and just, yeah, so much fun. And I mention it every once in a while, but what we do is like, here's the tangle. We share the step outs online, and then it's just go. You have whatever fun you want to have with it. You can work on whatever you want with whatever you want. We are basically united by the tangle that is being shared, and it's so fun to see what everybody does with it. It's just, I think it's an enormous creativity booster, because I'm not telling you what you need to do. You can follow along with me or Mom, who's my co-hostess, but you don't have to, and that is just a lot of fun. Yeah, so come and join us. We have a Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook. So if you happen to be on Facebook and want to join us there, click that link in the link tree, answer the 4 questions, and as soon as I see it, then we will let you in. Let's see what else to mention. Gosh, I think I've mentioned everything. So, all right, such a beautiful tangle. Well, and I hope that you have fun with it. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.